That dolphin got hops. The dolphin talks. This was in theaters? Generic intro into that goes Moo here, back with another nostalgic video. Today we're doing the Legend of the Titanic, which I believe is the second animated Titanic movie. I don't know why they made two, and then they decided to make a third one, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but you can check out my reaction to the first one, which was the last one I did. I've already done the third one. I did the other one like 2-3 years ago, I want to say, but you can check out my reaction to the first one, which was last week. I'll leave it right up there. Also, link down below in the description. Also, in a playlist on my channel with all my other Nostalgic Critic reactions. Go in chronological order if you're going to binge watch all of them. I believe Nostalgic Critic is my longest running weekly series on the entire channel, which is kind of crazy to think about. Every single Monday, there's a new Nostalgic Critic video. It's always Monday at 3:30 p.m. unless there was copyright pushing the video back. But thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope I can make it just tiny little bit better. I do read every single one of your comments, at least them down below. This was almost the disaster movie video, because apparently people were talking about like they were expecting me to make like an appearance, or Nostalgic Critic to make a reference to me or something like that. Or I've heard a lot of comments talking about Nostalgic Critic's view of the disaster movie, whatever the disaster movie is. So maybe that'll be next week. I don't know. I read all your comments, leave them down below. Like I said, I hope I can make your day a tiny little better. Also, shout out to the patrons. They get all the videos a day early, and I could not do this without them. $3 a month to get you all my reaction videos there. It's like 16 videos a week, sometimes more. So let's go ahead and jump into the Legend of the Titanic. All right, here we go.
Well, great, Nostalgic Critic. The entire costume party was ruined.
Why?
I thought we agreed that you were going to be Darth Vader and I was going to be the shadowy puppet master Dark Overlord that controls you, just like in real life.
Huh? Oh, okay, well.
Nostalgic Critic.
Oh, what is with the pots and pans? The other anime Titanic movie? Oh no, that's fatal. Okay, he seems fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. He's supposed to be...
Yes, my brother.
Is that Emperor Palpatine?
I apologize.
He's the... Do it, right?
After I thought I heard news that there was another animated Titanic movie.
What if I told you there were 3 of these?
But I'm afraid in your rage you have forgotten that there is another Titanic movie, and it is your job.
There's a third
to
one.
review it.
Have fun with that.
Can't be.
It can.
Reviewed it already.
There's another one. Oh no. With the tie and everything. I've never seen Star Wars, by the way. Which probably surprises none of you. But actually, maybe there's one person that surprises. Okay. What do you mean? I thought he was gonna say, do it. The Legend of the Titanic.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it appears there's another feature-length ripoff
Another
of
one.
James Cameron's Titanic.
Uh-huh.
I can't believe I live in a world where 2 of these exist.
There's
And you'd
3
think
of
that'd
them.
be bad enough, but if you
Or
can
is the next one a
possibly
sequel
comprehend
to this one?
It is actually worse than the other version. Yes,
How are you worse
there
than
is
the rapping
actually
dog one?
something
Somebody
out
said
there
that in the comment
worse
section.
than
Somehow the one with the
this.
rapping dog isn't the worst one.
I know it's hard to believe, but this actually is more terrible
So yeah,
than the
this
rapping
is-
dog. So, what abomination of hell
This
could
is the
possibly make it
one
into the
that
human
comes
world?
before the third one, which is what I did. There you go with the giant bottle again.
Let's find out. So, strangely enough, this version also focuses on talking mice that snuck aboard the Titanic.
Yeah, why?
I mean, somebody actually found it necessary to rip off the rip-off! Did you even see that? What rip-off?
Was that successful?
Moving on. It turns out that an old sailor mouse is
Oh,
telling
also
his
speaking of bad
grandkids
movies,
what
look at the next
really
video
happened
that's coming up.
the day the Titanic sunk.
Yeah.
Tragic ending to the maiden voyage of the Titanic. 100 missing. A lot
100
of people
missing?
died, huh?
The truth of the matter is that those missing persons were never really missing. It's a long and complicated story.
Really? So that's how you're starting this movie out, by saying the hundreds of people that died on the Titanic didn't really die
They're
on
just
the Titanic.
it's
It's all a misunderstanding. One of these days I'll tell you the whole story.
tell us now. Okay.
Yeah, bring it in.
Oh, what is that gonna be? Oh. Why is it always Jaeger? with 3 Chinooks, which are the Chinooks grounded? Wait, is it Chinooks that are grounded or is it Harriers? Also, I'm guessing there was audio there that was cut out because of copyright.
Youngsters, you've talked me into it. I'll tell you the whole story.
Is it Chinooks that grounded or is it?
My
It's not the Harriers, right?
That involves everyone
No, it's the
surviving one of the
Ospreys.
biggest disasters in the world. It's really quite fucking Pete.
It all began long ago in England.
Here we go, another
So, of
flashback.
course, we go into a flashback that shows Grandpa as a much younger mouse who was a sailor on the Titanic.
Why did they make
But
a hat
hey,
that
if
small?
having a flashback isn't similar enough to that other film, what do you say we have an exact shot replica for the reveal of our leading lady?
Magnificent. Simply breathtaking.
This is Rose.
Yeah, no, it's
I mean
actually
Rose.
real
I
small
mean
compared to
Rose. I mean
cruise ships now.
Elizabeth. She's excited to be on Titanic except for one tiny little detail. She has to marry a man that she doesn't love. Yeah! Sound fucking familiar?
Oh.
Though to be
Oh,
fair,
okay.
even though Billy Zane was basically a cartoony bad guy, they at least tried to make him look like a civilized gentleman. Here, they just slapped on an eye patch and
really?
a mustache and anything else that would make him
If
look
only
like a
he had a
James Bond
goatee.
villain. That or the boss from Harvey Birdman.
I'd rather die than marry that horrifying, disgusting...
Well, you're
Elizabeth,
taking the right
you
vessel.
have a position to keep up. Your stepmother and I simply want what's
Your
best for our
stepmother
little
and I.
girl.
And if we say that the best for you is the worst for you, then it's the best for you. But at least the stuff with the cute
Yes.
little talking mice will be fun, right? Wrong. All these mice do
Is it
throughout most of
offensive?
the movies talk about ship protocol. Yeah, ship protocol. Isn't that exciting?
We'll have a roll call, if you please.
Aye, aye, sir. Mr. and Mrs. Angus Wallace Bruce McMouse. Mr. and Mrs. Porrig Liam O'Rat and 2 children. Juan
And
and
2
Peter
children.
Raton with offspring. Jean-Luc and Francois Ratatouille and the
Ratatouille?
Martian family from Sicily. Featuring...
That's where the
Parmigiano,
Olympics are taking place, right?
Gorgonzola, provolone, fontina, caciocavallo, ricotta, mozzarella... Herr Heinrich and Frau Greta from Mauskäse with adjunct Shlomo and Becky Boydsil. And the silver...
Dude is a pro at announcing names, or like
Two
pronouncing them.
children, Ronnie and Estrella.
Let's look lively now with the boarding procedures.
So we go up that rope, is that it?
It's a right idea, but you have to learn sailor talk. Only landlubbers call it a rope. To us, it's an hawser.
Hey,
A
remember
what?
when we used to just sneak aboard and eat shit? Can we go back to those days?
And carry diseases.
So Elizabeth comes across a group of gypsies led by Tuxedo Mask here, who tells
And a
his
dog.
dog to try and get Elizabeth's attention.
Oh no, does he teach you how to rap?
Good boy. What a lovely soft coat you have. There, that's better, isn't it?
Yoink, the glove. You only need 1 glove to golf anyway. Granted, that's her right hand.
I told you to get her necklace! What kind of stupid mutt are you?
Now he can golf. Well, that is if he's right-handed.
Well, you suddenly got creepy.
I'm very sorry, sir, but the animal must be kept on a leash. My good man, you happen to be addressing Don Juan Tenorio, de Ariarte Gonzalez Leon.
God damn,
The full
who goes
name.
around with 6 names?
Wasn't it? Was it Picasso that had a crazy long name?
Oh, and I have to add Prince to that too?
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
fuck it. I'm calling him Joe.
Now step aside and let us board.
I guess the dog gets
Even though they
to
established the
come
dog
regardless.
has no owner, the dog is still allowed on anyway.
Wait, is that his dog?
After he pees on him first.
Oh, he just stood there. Okay, that makes sense.
I'll get you for that.
Oh, it's not like I can just go up there and get you for that. I'll just throw my hat. That'll teach you. No.
Oh, and now you're the captain.
There's nothing else it really would have done.
Nice throw.
No, now I hate my hat. I hate
Oh,
my hat so
okay,
much.
that-
Oh, my motivations are so
Okay,
confusing.
In the water. Let me guess, we're gonna see it later. I bet we're gonna see it later. We haven't seen the last of that hat. That hat's the main character, and we all know it.
Look. We see our villain, named Maltravers, talk about his plans as a whaler.
There's no reason whatsoever why the Duke shouldn't grant me exclusive worldwide whaling rights.
Not to mention the hand of his darling
Is he in
daughter.
charge of
Marrying
everything?
her, you'll get your mitts on all of his money.
You hit the nail on the head. There's nothing in the world that counts besides money and power. Everything else is simply there to be used to achieve those objectives.
I think we just saw the meeting for how this movie got greenlighted. So we get one of those phoned-in CGI shots of the ship
it's
as
old.
the captain discusses what he's gonna do for the...
Okay, I don't think bro needs
one thing worse than a party
use the
that's
will
a
that
college.
much.
Mr. Craig, have me called for any problem whatsoever, and if there aren't any, make one up.
Oh, you mean like iceberg right ahead? Yes,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
I wonder if they're gonna make a movie for the
Good, our
Coast
mousy
of
friends got away
Concordia.
from the rest of the team. I guess that means there's not gonna be any more ship protocol.
Oh well.
Men are greedy and all too likely to cheat on construction.
This
and
is like a
material.
way to teach
So for
kids
the first
how
few days, be careful how you move
to be on a boat.
Whatever. Sing There's No Cats in America.
Well, there's definitely cats in America.
But eventually they do get away from the group, and they see what's going on in the first-class quarters.
She's as beautiful as a picture and as fiery as the fish.
So why are there bars there?
I'll see her in my dreams for the rest of my life.
I hate to be a spoil sport, but I would like to draw to your attention the fact that she's a woman and you're a mouse.
Yeah?
There's one thing I'm not, and that's a racist.
What does that have to do with anything?
There's one thing I'm not, and that's a racist.
Did we really just take a situation with two mice, a young woman, and somehow come out with racism? How do you do that?
Yeah, how do you do that?
First of all, it's not racism as much as speciesism. Second,
Or, like,
why is he
impossible. Oh, wait, actually,
fantasizing about a
B-movie.
human female? Don't we have enough weird fetishes already with that crazy glove-smelling fucktard? Let's keep the oddness to a minimum.
Let me guess, there's
God,
also
I
supposed
spoke
to
too
be
soon.
a copy of
Just when
that.
you thought things couldn't get any weirder, things couldn't possibly get more fucked up, take a gander at this.
Tears hit a that dolphin got hops! The dolphin talks!
You can understand us thanks to a net of magic moonbeams that caught your tears as they fell into the water.
It's a flying dolphin, actually.
We added a little magic of our own, and voila! The spell was cast.
Pardon? Okay, am I
Pardon?
dreaming this? I really must be dreaming this. I really can't
I'm about
comprehend
to walk
this
out
at
of the room.
Yeah, at all. I mean,
I'm-
okay, we now have magic dolphins who apparently can fly because, well, how the hell else are they staying up there so long? Who can suddenly talk to her because her rainbow bright tears caused some moonbeam bullshit,
they turn
and now
into
everything's
fireworks.
coming up Dr. Doolittle. But sure, why not? Okay, you can talk to dolphins now, arguably one of the most intelligent creatures on the
That's
entire
true,
planet.
yeah.
So what exactly are you gonna say to them?
If I could turn into a dolphin like you, that would make me happy.
That's great, young lady. That's great. You wish you were a dolphin. That's wonderful. What the fuck am I watching? Okay, for the sake of argument, let's say that you stayed in the theater after you saw this.
This
scene.
was in
What exactly
theaters?
What are they gonna do with this revelation?
We're engaged in a desperate battle to save the lives of our friends, the whale. The Maltravers ship.
How did I know the whale's gonna tie into this?
Extinction.
I'm sorry.
She's that
which
calm with the
story are we
mice.
watching? The love story, the ship, the mice, the whales? What is the focus? You can't just throw this incredibly bizarre bullshit at us and just expect
call it
us
the
to go
Titanic.
along
The
with
dolphin's
it.
just chilling in the air, by the way.
saying,
It's like a
hey, the
hummingbird.
Titanic wasn't destroyed by an iceberg. It was a evil gang of underwater sharks who are in cahoots with the evil whaler.
Hey, me and the boys are ready to go into action anytime you
Don't
say,
tell me that's
guy.
actually what happened.
Hey, I have a message from the boss. Dial it and don't straight.
They-
to fuck
you-
the ship.
Tell them we're ready to destroy anything, anytime.
I'm sorry, I need to drop something.
Oh, okay. Well, that looks like it was Pyrex.
You can't, you really, oh! I'm sorry, I can't get through this in one sitting. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna take the occasional break to look at myself in the mirror and cry.
Oh, in front of the mirror, that's tough. I typically just do it really anywhere else. The shower is probably the best place.
On we go. So, why can the bad guys communicate with the criminal underwater shark gang? We don't know. It's never explained. Maybe he got some of that moonbeam bullshit from a crack dealer or something. But as of now, he doesn't want them to destroy the ship just yet. He just wants them to stay close. But luckily, it seems that
that's
magic
fine.
also seems to work with mice.
She seems
as
to be
Elizabeth
chilled with
can
mice.
suddenly understand them now too.
You ought to face the issue squarely and tell your father, Everard, what you think.
You've gotta fight.
Of course I'm going to fight.
Uh-huh.
Now I know you two are on my side. We can foil Everard.
It's
and
two
help
mice.
this poor whale.
What are two mice gonna
Yes. Now that they're on your side, I'm sure you'll have a great
do? What is
case
the life
to go up
expectancy of a
against your
mouse?
Father, I know you want me to marry that man, but I've been talking with the dolphins and mice, and they agree that it's not the right thing to do.
Drippy socks.
Honest to God, they did talk to me!
Oh no.
Elizabeth does go to set the record straight, and it turns out her father takes it unrealistically well.
Does he
I have
actually?
absolutely no intention of marrying Everard. I'm sorry to upset your plans, but
Plans, did you say? My one and only plan, dear girl, is to see you as happy as possible. And I would never dream of forcing you to do something you don't want to.
Unless it was
But
the
I-
beginning
but
of
he
the
did
movie,
suggest
in which
it,
case
right?
I said you have no choice. Seriously, what did she do different? She made the same argument she did before. In fact, it's actually less angry. Are you honestly telling
Foul
me
on
that
the play?
this
I have absolutely no intention of marrying Everard.
is much more stronger than this?
I'd rather die than marry that horrifying,
I guess he
disgusting,
had time to think about what she said and change his mind.
You'll get over it.
I have absolutely no intention of marrying Everard.
Whoa, whoa,
That's cool.
Whoa. Calm down, bitch. Calm down. Whoa. All right, we'll figure this out, man. Jesus. But meanwhile, down this hallway, or maybe it's this hallway.
No,
I guess it's this
okay,
hallway.
that one. Okay,
The bad guy
where'd they
is
come
looking
from?
to
What?
make sure his evil wedding schemes go
Why does
according
he
to
walk
plan.
like a bad guy?
But luckily, the mice kick him with a soccer ball and send him
How?
hilariously flying down
Well,
the
to be
ship.
fair, cruise ship would or
Kinda
boat would be
pointless, seeing
moving.
how we already know that Elizabeth isn't going to marry him, but hell, we need something to top the dog pissing scene, don't we?
Yes, apparently we do.
Meanwhile, apparently Joe is still in this movie. As we see, he
Joe.
spends most of his time... Oh, God, get over it! God, I miss Elizabeth. Almost as much as I miss Vanessa.
Oh no.
But it turns out the animals lead
Okay.
them together and they finally discover each other.
Can
And
she
of
talk to
course,
the dog,
they
too?
decide to dance.
Do they know each other's name?
But, unlike the other animated Titanic movie where they shared only 3 lines of dialogue and decided
They shared
love
none.
each other, here they only share 1 line of dialogue.
Which
Yeah,
is?
1 fucking line of dialogue, and they know it's meant to be. I guess she considers sniffing the glove first base.
Where'd all the animals come from? There's a lot of
The
dogs.
whaler and evil stepmother, it turns out, are in cahoots with each other, and they
Evil
want to
stepmother.
stop them from hooking up.
I trust I've been clear enough.
If Mr. Maltravers is so important to you, then you marry him.
Actually, that's a great idea. If she's
Hey,
so
yeah.
evil, why doesn't she just leave Elizabeth's father and go with the whaler guy? Doesn't that make more sense?
But isn't
But
her
it seems
father
like
somebody
both sailed
significant
over
or something?
the sank, so I guess it's better just to cut their losses and move on to the next logical step. Hold the father up at gunpoint, force him to sign the whaling concession, and tie him up so he won't escape. Tell me you wouldn't do the same thing.
I guess
So he
they
sends the message
took
to
the
whalers
not
that
legal
they're allowed
route.
to hunt wherever they please.
But also
luckily,
they're
the mice
in
cut the
international
wires before
waters.
The message can get out. I'm
So-
sure that won't backfire in any way.
Would that matter? Would it be the country of origin?
Oh wait, with the father tied
laws,
up, someone's
or
liable to come across him.
is it
So
based
again,
off of the
what's
captain?
the logical thing to do?
The ship has to sink tonight, but remember, not a second before midnight, or else all your work will have been for nothing.
Why?
Consider it done,
What-
Pally. Midnight on the dot.
What happens
That's right.
before?
It's the evil
'cause of
gang
the
of sharks
whaling
that
thing?
sank the Titanic
But-
because of a needlessly complex whaling
Bro, there's
scheme.
like
Aren't you
8
glad
sharks
we're
there.
simplifying the emotions of a horrendous
9,
tragedy
my
to
bad.
an insultingly basic battle of good versus evil?
After we've arranged for the iceberg to appear in
Also,
front
why do
of
they
the
look
ship,
like they're
we'll hold
prisoners?
the rudder in our teeth, keeping her on course.
I don't even get it. Why do these Titanic movies need a bad guy? Isn't the iceberg sort of the designated villain?
Well, let's just call it a bet. A couple of my boys think they can heave
Oh,
an
yeah.
iceberg farther than tentacles can.
That sounds like great fun.
So the sharks trick a giant octopus named Tentacles into an
Wow,
iceberg
how
throwing
creative.
contest.
Iceberg,
There's
and
a
that's
giant
what happens.
octopus with a dog's face.
At
in
least
this
they
movie,
didn't
and
try
they're
to,
only
like,
waiting till the last
fight
third
it.
to show.
Imagine if they,
Quite
like,
to subtly
tried to
wheel
bite
us
the
into that suspension of
boat.
disbelief.
Don't you realize what you've done? I think the sharks had ice throwing.
Orca.
You threw an iceberg at a ship full of people. I don't know how many of them we'll be able to save.
Oh.
It's not like he can just grab the iceberg and push it out of
Yeah,
the way.
or the
Oh, wait,
ship.
Yes, he can. Why don't you just grab the iceberg and push
So
it out
we're
of the
so
way?
they're saying the iceberg hit the ship and not the ship hit the iceberg. Okay,
So
I
the
thought for a
whalers
second
step on
that
their
the
escape
sharks
on the
were going
boat
to like
and
start
not give
biting
anything away, but
the
the
hull of
iceberg
the
hits
ship.
the ship. Hey, considering how much else they changed in this movie, I'm surprised they kept that.
They're
True.
sure to send out an SOS. Maybe there's a ship near enough that can make it in time to
No.
help us.
I mean, there was, but not fast enough.
Prepare it after. That's against every rule of the Seamouse Maritime Union.
We spent 2 hours talking about ship protocol and you didn't even follow it? Apart
Also,
from
apparently
you!
they're going back
So they
to
try
the
to fix
Titanic
the
again.
wires with the help of
Another
another
submersible.
mouse named Camembert. Get it? It's a cheese. But the wires won't
Camembert?
stretch
That's a
far
cheese?
enough. So there's
I
only
bet- what?
one thing to do.
I've got it. Connect the wires to my mustache.
Yeah!
What? Why the mustache? I don't think mustaches are conductive like that.
Yes, this
He's
would be
Rudolph
an
now.
incredibly funny scene if it didn't end up killing him. No, seriously,
Bro
it ends
is
up
the
killing him. Look.
Oh, wow. Bro is the wire.
What a hero.
Okay, there's a lot of moments in
There's
a Titanic
nowhere
movie
near
where you're
enough
supposed
electricity to
have
do
a
that, right?
serious death scene. You picked one, and it's a fucking wrong one!
that water would definitely just...
Downer Cameron movie where there weren't enough lifeboats. This film sets the record straight.
There's room for everyone!
There's not.
See? There's room for everybody. What, did you think
They
those
said there's 100
idiots
people
at the
missing,
History
right?
Channel knew what they were talking about? No.
I'm sorry, did that
It's the
boat just
version with
spawn?
the giant talking octopus that has it right.
Also, that's not how an octopus moves. No, it is
So
not.
Elizabeth and Joe
I mean,
find the
if
father and
it's
set
going
him free,
slowly.
allowing him to get on the lifeboat.
It was like walking, yes. If it's trying to go fast, it doesn't walk like that, I don't think, right?
Why doesn't the daughter go too?
Yeah, no.
Or for that matter, why not the boyfriend?
Kinda like a squid,
Didn't
right?
you just hear the guy before?
There's room for everyone!
So hop on board! It doesn't matter if you have testicles in this movie, you can still make it out!
Okay, yeah.
But don't worry, Tentacles is there to put
That
the
is a
ship
massive,
back together.
massive
That's right.
octopus.
He's putting the ship back together.
Bro knows how to
Just
weld,
in
don't
case
worry
there's
about
any
it.
confusion for this being mistaken for a tragic act of nature.
The truth is, it's all my fault.
No, Tentacles, it's not your fault.
Okay, you know his
This all
name.
happened because of an evil, greedy human being.
You heard it right there, folks. It was all because of an evil human being. The realities of life don't play here. Hey, the next time a family member dies, just tell your kid a whaler did it. It's all cool. I mean, hey, as long as you can fucking blame something.
One of my tentacles slipped. I have to go back down.
What do you mean you have to
You're
go
wondering
back
why
down?
Octopus has
They're
to
like,
hold his breath to go underwater. It turns out the dolphins have good news.
The whales! The whales are here! Hooray!
okay, what are the whales going to do? I guess the shark.
Be whales here. So the whales
who
seem
that
to
is.
save everybody on the ship, even the captain.
We're about to go down with the
because
ship.
we all know he made it out okay. But unfortunately, Tentacles can't hold on anymore and
Oh,
goes down
okay.
with the ship.
Bye. Goes down. Oh no, tentacles. But then wasn't tentacles in the third one? What? Did it crush?
But we have a wedding
Why
to
did
cut
it
to.
hold
That's
on to
right.
it until the
Elizabeth and Joe finally got married, as did Grandpa Mouse and that blonde who he only shared one line with. Seriously, do these guys ever start a dialogue?
No.
When suddenly their attention is
Oh.
drawn to the river.
To the what? And yes, I'm holding that
right.
quarter.
Tentacles is alive.
Just.
And look, even Camembert, with no
Because I can't destroy it as hard as I
whatsoever,
squeeze.
somehow made it out okay.
Actually, can I?
You were dead. Nope.
No.
Tentacles is alive. Look out!
I think I break my thumb before I broke the coin.
Others are alive too.
That's right. Even though there were no whales or people in that shot you just saw, apparently
Yeah.
everybody made it out alive.
Yeah, everything's
Thank
fine.
God this isn't the least bit insulting to the hundreds of people who tragically lost their lives, or else this could possibly be the worst thing we ever produced as a species.
Tentacles,
I mean,
you
what
are
would top
a
it?
true
I mean, food fight exists,
the
right?
many people who couldn't find space in the lifeboats. You saved their lives too.
Oh,
Tell
I'm
us
glad
how
we
you
covering
accomplished
that.
Such an amazing feat.
I'm glad we mentioned that. So.
did it, really?
What is up with the whaling shit in this movie?
Yeah, I don't know.
If you want to make a movie about whales, that's fine. More power to you. But leave the deaths of hundreds of innocent people out of
there's
it
the
if
whales.
you don't mind. I mean, even Ferngully just stuck to the rainforest. They didn't try to work in the
What is he
Hindenburg disaster or anything.
So this Ron
Is there a movie about the Hindenburg disaster?
So flashback to
There
present
should be.
day as
Why
the
is there
kids
not?
realize Grandpa has clearly gone off his meds and made this entire story up.
That means nobody's hunting the whales any longer.
I literally dropped the coin when I heard that.
Unfortunately, no, children. There'll always be another Everard Maltravers. Their names may change, but their evil lives on, and the whales are still hunted.
Oh, Christ, shut up! I hope we nuke those fuckers so we don't get any more movies like this.
No, don't do that. No, don't do
Nothing
that.
Your grandfather loves to tell stories, but like all sailors, you shouldn't take him too seriously.
Oh, he's a sit. Oh,
Understatement
wait,
of the
he's the one with the
fucking
striped
millennia.
shirt. Okay.
So just to recap,
What is that?
everybody,
What boat is
nobody
that?
died on the Titanic, animals can talk with moon magic, sharks form underwater
Dolphins
gangs,
can talk,
whales
dolphins
are
can
Jesus,
fly.
and the reveal of a giant talking octopus in New York got absolutely no media attention whatsoever.
Correct.
So, to sum up... Nope, I need a minute.
Yeah, no, it's fair. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay. Can you see why this is worse than the other one?
Yeah, no, this is way worse than the
I mean,
other one.
The animation
like,
is better, but
way
this
worse.
goes from stupid
And then there's
to
the third one, which
disgustingly
is the
insulting.
first one I did.
Just the idea
I don't know,
that
maybe the
people
next one's gonna
took
be a
this
disaster
tragedy
movie,
and turn it into
which
such a lame
I guess
ploy
that'd
to
be
save
3
the
straight
whales
disaster
is
movies.
mind-boggling. The Titanic story has nothing to do with whales, so why'd you make that connection?
God, what is it's just bad movie Monday. Last Monday was the first one of these, and Dragon Ball Evolution, what happened. And now this week is The Room, what happened, and this.
I mean, it honestly makes this film look more realistic. The film with the rapping dog is actually closer to the real story of the Titanic. That is a new low for a kids movie to sink.
Yes.
It's beyond shit.
No pun
and my
intended.
guess is it'll take days before you stop feeling unclean from it.
That's true.
My only hope is that people will finally learn their lesson and stop making animated spin-offs off this shit.
There's a third one. Yep, Titacolino. Yep. That's the third one. Let's go. The end. Okay, don't have copyright, please. Like, we don't need that. We don't need that. La 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 la. I'm not reviewing that Tentacles movie. You did.
Well, there's one thing I'm not, and that's a racist.
Oh, glad to know that one. Okay, well this was this movie, the second one. This was last week's video, and I did this one a couple years ago. But yeah, oh god, Pearl Harbor. Yeah, hey, look at that, 2 years ago. Yeah, no, Nostalgia Critic's been on the channel for a while. Yeah, no, he did this disaster movie, which is apparently something interesting. How many views? 12,000 views. I think it's actually copyright claimed as well, which is unfortunate. But yeah, this is The Legend of the Titanic. This was a different... It wasn't a sequel to the last one we did, but it's the second one that came out. I'm not sure what year it came out. I'm not sure what success it has. I don't know if anybody has any memories tied to this movie other than YouTube comments or YouTube videos making fun of it. But I really hope you have a wonderful rest today. Hopefully this video made your day a little bit better, and maybe, I don't know, maybe made you feel good about something you did today because it wasn't this. I really look forward to reading your comments, and hopefully I hope you have a wonderful rest today. But until next video, take care, and kitty music.